Tech Holiday Tournament is ready to go. We are glad you're with us here on FloridaTechSports.com. The last home game of the year for Florida Tech basketball here in 2014, the calendar year, and the tip goes right to Shaquana Harris, and in 5 seconds, the Panthers have a 2-0 lead.
That's what they're going to try to use, is that speed and athleticism. They feel like they've got an advantage there, and you see it early.
Quickly moving the other way is Shaw, and that will be Kaya Coleman in trouble being surrounded by Shaquana Harris. They avoid the 5-second call. And Jasmine Brown, I thought, had gotten a hand on the shot there from Kala Jax. Instead, she'll pick up the foul just 34 seconds in, and Jax is to the line for 2 shots.
Yeah, it looked like pretty good defense. Jasmine didn't come down with a sweeping motion. She didn't have her hands straight up, but not only did she get some of the ball, she also got some of the arm, says the official.
Jack's first free throw attempt is up and no good. Jax yesterday was 4 for 7 from the free throw line. The Bears as a team yesterday, 15 for 22. And she'll make 1 out of 2 there. 2-1 your lead to Florida Tech. 19:36 left here in this first half. Bringing it up will be Shaquana Harris. Swings over here on the left perimeter for Jasmine Brown. Back to Shaquana up top. This is KK Wilson right in front of the Bears bench. Back to Harris at the top. Over for Jasmine Brown. She'll drive left. Puts it up from about 9. Rims out no good. McCarthy's there for the rebound. Puts it up. Her shot won't go. Ball's still loose. Jasmine Brown's the one to recover and brings it back out up top. They swing to KK Wilson 4-3. Cannot get it to go. Brown is there and a huge swat from Warner. McCarthy's able to recover. Ball kept in play by Brown after it was knocked away. Harris on the drive. Dishes off from McCarthy. She can't bring it in. And it was stolen briefly by Fantasia Tyson, but then she walked.
Boy, Panthers padding their rebounding numbers early, and that is good to see, getting in there against Warner and some of those big bodies and muscling for those rebounds. McCarthy, one of the ones doing it.
Inbound goes to KK Wilson. Step back with the long 2 and got it right in front of the defender. KK Wilson has her first 2 of the day, and it's 4-1.
Talk about a pure shooter. Boy, that was just a super smooth jump shot stroke.
They go baseline here. They're going to set up for Kala Jax. Can't get it to go. McCarthy there on the rebound. Wow, he's going to be huge today.
Yeah, the start by McCarthy is already paying dividends. You see a walk down there by Shaquana Harris, but the start that John Reynolds gave to McCarthy already paying dividends on both ends. And she got a couple of big rebounds on offense, and right there gets I think she blocked the shot initially and then comes up with a rebound.
Shot ball here, 18-24 in the first. They were able to draw 2 in there on the point guard roll, and that left Warner unchecked. Never a good idea.
Yeah, you can't
4-3.
Right, no matter who else has the ball or needs help, you cannot let her free anytime today.
Jasmine Brown back to KK Wilson. This is going to be an NBA range 3. Can't get it to go. Tip ball is going to be recovered by Tyson. They send out in front for Jax, only with Wilson trailing, and she can't get the layup to go. And there's Ty Flagler on the rebound, and they're going to get Jax on the whistle. It's some 10-on-10 crime there. First foul against the Bears.
Credit KK Wilson for getting back and causing enough problems to cause that layup missed. And that's another one of the many things she does to help this team, always getting back on defense.
And that's what Julie McCarthy's job is today. Even if it doesn't really show up in the box score, she just needs to be disruptive. That's all they need her to be, to make sure that Warner doesn't have the kind of day that she did yesterday against Palm Beach Atlantic. Kick out here, KK Wilson, 4-3, got it. And that's what you like to see early, Paul. Wilson feeling it from 3, gets the steal, and the basket.
Holy moly! Have you ever seen a player score 6 points in 2 seconds? You're about to.
KK Wilson just went Reggie Miller on everybody and has a chance for 6 points in about 3 seconds.
Yeah.
And a 9-3 Panther lead just like that.
Wow.
What I was about to say, Paul, is that's a good sign. If KK's hitting the 3s early, it could be a good day.
She looks like she's ready to play because she's already taken a couple of shots early and gotten 2 of them to go now from the foul line. Actually, she's gotten 3 of them to go, and now from the foul line.
One of the more reliable shooters the Panthers have from the charity stripe, and gets that to go. And just like that, it's a 6-point play there for KK Wilson and a 10-3 Panther lead. And there's another steal for Shaquana Harris. She's racking up a few of those over the last couple of days. Hands off for Jasmine Brown. She'll lay it off, glass and good. It's a 12-3 lead. lead.
Unselfish of Shaquana Harris. Easily could have taken that up, but made the extra pass, the late pass. That's what you want to do to get the easy layup for Jasmine.
Tabitha Anderson in quickly for the Bears, and there's an errant pass that's going to be dropped by Jasmine Reynolds. Brown comes up with the steal. She's looking to lead the charge, going the other way, up and under, and good. Boy, someone call Mark Cato. It's 14-3 Panthers, just over 3 minutes into the game, and Shaw trying to rally back the other way. Here's Anderson, and I think we have a foul off the ball here, and it's going to be on Shaquana Harris, and I think it's before Anderson went up for the drive.
14-3, and we play just 7 seconds over 3 minutes.
And we'll see Morgan Steiner check in here. We'll see for who. And it will be for Jasmine Brown. Still looks a little bit uneasy as she heads to the bench. Certainly understandable.
She hadn't looked uneasy on going to the basket, that's for sure.
They'll reset the shot clock back to 30 with 16:53 here in the first. Jacks will inbound. They're going to look underneath for Reynolds. She'll put it up. Can't even get to the rim. Harris is the one who comes up with the rebound. Panthers quickly bringing it back the other way. She gets past one. Shaquana Harris with the jumper. Rims out, no good. I thought there was contact. They don't call it. McCarthy's putback doesn't go. Here's Anderson with Steiner trailing behind. And a good job by Morgan just to get a paw on that one.
And you see that's Morgan Steiner. It's one of those players that comes off the bench ready to go. She hustles back and prevents the easy layup.
Defensive specialist, that is what you would call Morgan Steiner. She does a fantastic job on the defensive end. They're going to need it today. Pass goes out long to Anderson. She'll let this go from three. Cannot get it to go. Warner gives chase, can't get there. And the Bears looking around right now like, what happened?
Wow,
this is a 10-0 run just like that, and it was kick-started on that sequence by K.K. Wilson, and Verdine Warner will come off.
Yeah, Warner's coming out, and she'll be replaced by
Unique Upchurch.
Yeah, Upchurch, the 6'4", another 6'4" center, and she's a freshman.
Yeah, there is plenty of size, more than even Florida Tech's dealt with this year, and they've dealt with some very good interior teams. Wilson again from three, and look out. K.K. Wilson came ready to play today. She's got 9. It's 17-3.
Wow.
Anderson spinning away from Steiner with the left hand, lost the dribble. It went right to Jack. She'll go left baseline, guarded by McCarthy, and lost it out of bounds.
Panthers are on one heck of a run here at the first media timeout, 17-3.
My goodness, you could not have.
Just 20%.
And we reemerge here, 15:55 to go here in the first half. Florida Tech a 17-3 lead. They've not trailed yet. McCarthy into the corner, left wing for K.K. Wilson. Up top for Taisha Flagler. Back it goes to K.K. Thought about the three. She'll drive. Kicks for McCarthy. She's in trouble and will get fouled by Tabitha Anderson in the process.
Anderson a little reach in. 15:40 to go in the first half.
3 team fouls already against Shaw as Morgan Steiner will inbound to Rosie Hines, who checks in. She'll take it into the backcourt. Rosie over for Morgan Steiner, into the corner for Taisha Flagler, back to Morgan. Hines back for Steiner, right wing in front of the Bears bench, and works around one defender, falls, keeps the dribble, gets it to McCarthy. That was a legal dribble there. Over to K.K. Wilson. She wants her third three. Can't quite get it. Fight for it underneath, and I think they're going to get a loose ball foul here on Morgan Steiner.
You know, Jerry, doing the math, even before that miss for K.K. Wilson, she is on pace to score 80. I don't know if she can keep that up.
That'd be pretty good, wouldn't it?
It would be a story for sure.
I think so. Couple of substitutes coming for Florida Tech. Breanne Davis makes her first appearance, and we see Kayla Callender will come in on the next dead ball as well. Here's Anderson being shadowed by K.K. Wilson. They go for the streak there. They were looking for Tyson. She's going to be stripped by Taisha Flagler. They got numbers the other way. There is K.K. Wilson. Gets the friendly roll at home. K.K. Wilson has 13. It's a 16-point Panther lead to start.
13 points in the first 5 minutes for K.K. Wilson.
Hey, we might have to keep that historical clip going. 3 here. They're looking for Fantasia Tyson. Well wide and out of bounds. It'll be Panther ball. 14:44 to go here in the first half, and the substitutes will continue. Jasmine Brown returns. Kayla Callender comes on as Julie McCarthy and K.K. Wilson, really the catalyst in this early going for the Panthers, getting a well-deserved break.
Yeah, they're going to take K.K. out because she's only scored 13.
Well, I mean, she's slacking. As Rosie Hines brings it over half court. Right wing for Kayla Callender, who swings it across court for Jasmine Brown. Back to Callender on the right wing. Brown at the top of the key for Breanne Davis in the paint. Back to Jazz. Here's Kayla Callender. She wants three as well. Bit wide and out of bounds, and it'll be Bear ball. 14:22 to go.
Kayla Callender has been lighting it up from three-point range this year. She has been, she shoots 64%, and that's on, I think, 15 attempts, so it's not really a small, it's on 17 attempts, so it's not a terribly small sample size, but misses it there.
And that leads the Sunshine State Conference in both categories. Here's Tabitha Anderson in trouble, being shadowed now by Hines after shaking Steinert. Gets it across for Micah Brooks. This is into the paint for Verdine Warner. She can't get the bucket to go. Rebound falls to Jasmine Brown, who sends it ahead for Hines. Hines is through. Over for Kayla Callender. Swings for Breanne Davis at the top of the key. She's into the paint. She'll put it up. Follows the miss. Ball on the floor now. Somehow gets it away to Steinert, who hands to Brown for three. Can't get that one to go. Good hustle early from the Panthers.
It was, and on that last trip, it's exactly how you want to play Warner. Get a body right there between her and the basket, and see, he calls it travel there.
Did it there, and that's Kayla Callender's job today. And I know we're going to see a lot of Julie McCarthy, but expect Kayla to see heavy minutes today as well to do just that.
Yeah, it's what you talked about, just making Warner work, and that's going to go a long way into stopping her. You saw it on two straight possessions. The first time she missed the shot badly, and then on this next one, she traveled. And that's just because Kayla not pushing her around and not playing physical, but just getting in her way and getting a hand up there.
Kayla wants three here. She'll let it fly and got it. You knew she was going to get in on the three-point party, and it is a 22-3 lead to start this game for the Panthers. And they nearly forced the five. Steinert's got the ball, and I think they're going to get the foul on Anderson.
Wow.
They nearly forced the 5-second call. Then they get the steal and the foul.
This has been about the perfect 6.5 minutes that I've seen the Panthers play to start a game in a long time.
Yeah, you and I have been there for almost every game so far this year, and as good as Florida Tech's been, they get the turnover there on the inbound, but this is about as inspired as I have seen them play all season.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what John Reynolds said before this game, but he might want to can that and sell it to every coach in America.
Anderson with the right-hand dribble, trying to get past Steinert. Hands off here for Jasmine Trawick. She'll take the jumper. It's well short. Warner's got the rebound. They send back for Anderson. The pass is going to be too high, and there's the disadvantage of being 6'4".
Yeah, exactly.
What might be a good pass to you might not be for others. And it's out of bounds, and that is the 9th turnover for the Bears, and we haven't played 7 minutes.
And it's not unforced, believe me. I mean, the Panthers are really causing havoc in several ways.
Steinert will bring it over. Gets it to Jasmine Brown, left wing for Kayla Callender in the corner. Back for Steinert now. They're on the NCAA logo. She'll go past Anderson. Brown with the left-hand drive for Brown. Settled in the corner by Reynolds and Trawick. Callender to Steinert. Here's Hines. Open jumper here for Breanne Davis. It's a long two. Can't get it to go. Tip ball, and Anderson, who had 7 rebounds yesterday, comes out of it.
That's a double
over to
dribble.
Brooks. And didn't have the coordination on that one. And that is turnover number 10 for the Bears, who are shooting 12.5% from the field.
And now they're saying, great, they're putting KK Wilson and Shaquana Harris back in.
Florida Tech so far 47.4% from the field, 37.5 from three-point range. 12:35 here in the first half. It is Florida Tech 22, Shaw 3. Morgan Steinert with the ball handling duties up at the top. She'll go left over to KK Wilson. Blows past one defender, step back three, and because you knew she would.
Get out of
16 for KK Wilson in the first 8 minutes. It's 25-3, and I can't believe I'm seeing this.
No.
Anderson to bring it up. She'll hand off for Micah Brooks. She'll drive to the lane, puts it up, and she'll draw the foul. The question is it Callender or Davis?
Well, Panthers really crashing, crowding the lane, and it is Callender, but they're doing a good job. They're not letting anything inside easy, and on the offensive end, they are hitting the boards hard when even one of their own teammates shoots it, and that goes a long way into success.
Micah Brooks to the line. The sophomore from Mobile, Alabama, makes the first one. She comes in averaging 9 points per game. She also averages 1.7 assists and 2.2 steals. She is a 69% free throw shooter. And the second one is long, and the rebound falls to KK Wilson. Sends ahead. This is Shaquana Harris out in front of almost everybody. Slows up to get it to Breanne Davis, who's into the paint. Kicks for Kayla Callender at the free throw line and got it.
She can shoot.
That is just pure. That needed nothing but pure nylon. A 23-point lead. Here's Anderson coming the other way with the scoop shot. Can't get it to go. Fight for it at the rim. And it's Harris winning the battle against Warner. They've got numbers the other way. Ahead for Breanne Davis. A little off target on that one, and they'll get KK Wilson with the reach on the rebound.
Yeah, I think Breanne Davis a little bit behind the basket and just didn't have an angle. She couldn't use the glass. So they don't get the fast. 8.5 minutes gone.
And we restart. 11.5 minutes to go in the first half, and it's Florida Tech 27, Shaw 4, and nearly another turnover there for the Bears.
And then almost a carry.
Brooks sends in for Warner, being shadowed with the twin towers there of McCarthy and Davis. And they say it was tipped by McCarthy on the shot that goes out of bounds. They'll put the shot clock back to 13, and the Bears will keep possession.
But again, a good defensive effort there against Warner. Just challenge the shot. You don't have to foul.
Davis and Steiner come out. Inbound goes right to Warner. Her shot well off target. The rebound falls to the newly checked-in Taisha Flagler. Here's Shaquana Harris. Somehow with the body control around Anderson. Couldn't get the shot to go. Nearly gets the strip on the rebound. Warner, look at Harris going up there and fighting for it. We got a team full of that here at Florida Tech. 27-4 is your score. Here's Brooks. Right-hand dribble working against KK Wilson. It goes to Warner, who's being checked by McCarthy. Out of the lane. Yeah, a couple extra steps there. Ball don't lie as the shot's well off target. KK Wilson sending ahead looking for Flagler. And look at Anderson get up to block that, or at least deflect the pass. They recover, and it's going to be Jasmine Brown here working against Trawick. They're on the left wing. KK Wilson, and the ball's knocked away, and it's going to be Brooks, and that should have been a kickball. And coming the other way and slowing up is Brooks. Cannot get the basket to go, and that'll be a foul on Shaquana Harris, and that'll be her second.
10:28 to go, and boy, the Panthers really missing out on a few opportunities on some fast breaks, so they could have a real good lead. Oh, well, they already do. 23.
I was about to say, in addition to the very good lead. Melissa Eccles set to check in here, and John Reynolds arguing for a kickball on Brooks on the other end, and I do buy that argument. Well, make the first one.
Yeah, the officials, if it's not intentional, sometimes they'll let it go, and I guess that's what they were thinking.
Yeah, the officials are arguing maybe the spirit of the law, not so much the letter of the law. Second one for Brooks is good. It is 27-6. And 4 of the Bears' 6 points are at the free throw line. They have 1 field goal, and that came from Warner early on. Jasmine Brown, top of the key to McCarthy. Eccles swings over for KK Wilson in front of the Bears bench. She's being checked by Anderson. Hits it back for Eccles. She'll oversee it at the top. Wilson will come back and get it with 10 to shoot. KK's going to go one-on-one here working against Anderson. She gets by her with 5 to shoot. Over to Taisha Flagler in the corner with 3 to shoot. 2 to shoot. Somehow got around everybody and in. Around the traffic cones, off glass and good. Taisha Flagler adding to the highlight reel, and it's 29-6. Well, when you're hot, you're hot. That seems to be the motto today for Florida Tech. Everything that can go right has. And KK Wilson, we thought got the strip. Do they call the foul going the other way against Trawick? They do.
KK Wilson is playing unconscious today. You know, her family's here are straight across. The camera just moved. You can't see him now. But when they introduced KK, she went over and after she slapped 5 on her teammates, she went over and kissed her and hugged her family there. So she has certainly got extra incentive, and she's playing like KK.
We're waiting to see what the official stoppage in play was. It doesn't look like there's any substitutions. Might be the clock. Looks like it is. There might be a foul discrepancy. I think that's what they're looking at right now. The clock is stopped correctly at 9:40. The fouls displaying right now 6 for the Panthers and 5 for Shaw. Wilson will inbound to Jasmine Brown, back to KK. 9.5 to go here in this first half. Working against Tabitha Anderson. She'll swing over for Eccles. Flagler will come over to get it. Shaw staying in man-to-man defense here. Fouls going against Jasmine Brown before the shot. And that'll be 2 on Jasmine Trawick for the junior from Augusta, Georgia.
That's the 6th-team foul on Shaw, so 1-1 after this.
For both teams. Yeah. Fantasia Tyson will return. Tyson, a 5'8 freshman. She's homegrown from Raleigh, North Carolina, which is where Shaw's located. One of only 2 players from North Carolina on the roster. Inbound goes to KK Wilson, shakes one, shot a little bit long, caught the back of the rim, and the rebound falls. I believe that was Jasmine Reynolds who got it. Anderson trying to spin away from KK Wilson, can't. Sends off for Brooks. Brooks through traffic, off glass, no good. Warner got the rebound, and Ty Flagler with the strip. Shaw can argue for a foul all they want. That was clean. Flagler coming the other way, and a block there by Reynolds. And they say it went off Julie McCarthy, and it's Bear ball.
McCarthy doing a good job trailing the play, but sometimes it's hard for those bigger bodies to get a low ball down like that, and she just kicks it out of bounds.
Shaw now 1 for 13 from the field. They are shooting under 10% for the half. Over it goes here for Fantasia Tyson. She'll drive. Lost the handle. All right, popcorn fingers on that one. Just did not have any sort of grip on that ball and just lost it as she went for the pass.
Man, it's one of those holiday butter balls.
12 turnovers now for the Bears. This is as nightmarish a start as Jock Curtis could have even thought was possible. KK Wilson, she'll go back for another step back 3 and got it. She's got 4 threes in the half, 19 so far. It's 32-6. This is a clinic being put on display here so far by Florida Tech. Anderson's pass deflected. It falls right into the arms of Warner, and she'll lay it in. Just the second field goal for the Bears on the afternoon. Warner's got both of them. Here's Wilson. Nearly got another.
Nice.
McCarthy keeps it in play, gets it to Jasmine Brown. She'll put up the jumper. And because, of course, it works out for Florida Tech and a 34-8 lead.
Everything going right for the Panthers.
Here's Micah Brooks in front of the Panther bench being guarded by Taisha Flagler. Cross-court pass goes to Tyson with the little floater. Can't get it to go. And look at Flagler going up there with Warner to knock that ball out of bounds. And I think we might have the media timeout coming up here at the 7:48 mark of this first half. And it is Florida Tech.
Half, and Panthers have scored 34 points and only 1 foul shot so far. They're 1 for 1 from the line.
It is staggering what we're seeing. Brooks inbounds, and the clock, at least the shot clock, resets all the way back to 30. 7:45 here in the first half. Brianne Guyton getting her first look, at least since the early minutes. Here's Warner at the free throw line sending for Guyton. Boy, she took a lot of steps there, and then they call it.
She took steps and slid the pivot foot, and you're not going to get away with that.
Turnover number 13. Wilson to bring it over. Well, I think we can already safely put 1 on the all-tournament team for Florida Tech.
Yeah, if not the not the MVP, at least already made the tournament team if she sits on the bench.
Jasmine Brown wants 3 of those, and she'll get 3 of those. The Panthers are locked in. They are 6 of 12 from three-point range here in the first half.
A 20 or a 9. I'll figure out the lead in a second.
They'll slash that ever so slightly as Verdine Warner has all 3 Bear field goals. It's now 37-10. Kayla Callender looking to add to the party. Couldn't quite get it off the glass. But Taisha Flagler will grab the rebound. She'll put up the runner. Can't get it to go. Rebound falls to Verdine Warner, and that's her 5th. 6:50 here in the half. Going through everybody is Markella Snipes, who did not see action yesterday, and she's fouled on the way up. We'll see on who.
Callender is going to be on Kayla Callender, doing a good job challenging it, but
that is on Kayla, as we hear them mention.
6:45 to go in the first half. Panthers by 27 points.
Markella Snipes, a 5'6" freshman from Harrison Township, Michigan, a product of Mount Clemens High School. And she'll get the first one to go there. Substitutes continue for Florida Tech as we see Breanne Davis return, and Delise Williams will make her first appearance of the afternoon. Well, the one salvation so far for Shaw has been from the line. They're 5 of 7 there. Make it 6 of 8. And Snipes will come off, and Kala Jacks returns. 37-12 your score.
Yeah, they're outscoring the Panthers 6-1 from the foul line. That's really their only victory.
Well, they got that going for them, which is nice. Here's Eccles from 3, and you knew she'd get in, too. If the Panthers are going to be feeling it from 3, Melissa Eccles needed to get in as well. It's 40-12.
7 3-pointers for the Panthers.
Here goes Breanne Guyton, ball fake going to the line, and there's a swat for Breanne Davis.
That's called not going for the ball fake.
You are not going to pull that on Breanne, heading the other way, and Kayla Callender went up with it. And we thought there was a foul, but they call the travel first.
Yeah, I think it's a good call. John Reynolds shaking his head yes as well. I think she did travel, and I think she then got fouled. I think the travel was first.
Guiding inbound, and the Panthers have 3 in the backcourt here. They are not stopping for anything right now. Here's Jax working against Brown. Over it goes here. This is Snipes. He comes back in. Jumper cannot get it to go. Warner will put it up off glass and good.
Even on that shot, Kayla Callender did a good job defensively. Arms straight up, didn't jump into Warner.
In trouble there is Breanne Davis. Lost it on the ground, and I think they're going to get Breanne for the foul on Snipes, and they do.
That was a late whistle.
And the Panthers have put Shaw into the bonus with 5:50 left here in the first half. And a substitution coming in now for Shaw. It'll be LaQuisha Taylor, the 5'8" freshman from Charlotte, North Carolina. And we did not see her yesterday. Shaw already throwing in some players that we did not see yesterday. As even though they were in an early deficit yesterday against Palm Beach Atlantic, you never felt like they were quite out of it. And so they stuck with their main rotation as Snipes misses the front end, and the rebound falls to Kayla Callender. Elise Williams will handle the ball responsibilities here on this possession. 5:40 to go.
She's very capable, very good ball handler.
Callender over to Williams. Here's Jasmine Brown in the corner. 4-3 and got it.
8 3-pointer of the game, and we've got 5.5 minutes to play in the first half.
8 for 15. They are over 50%. It is 43-14. Into the lane goes Tyson. Shot is well short. Warner's there. She'll put it up. Cannot get it to go. And the rebound goes to Breanne Davis. And Shaw with a couple there.
Whoops.
Pressing in the backcourt, and that's got to be a foul on Jax.
A foul? I think she just threw it away.
And there was there. At least Jax was leading Jasmine almost out of bounds there, so she couldn't make a play on it. If that was
well, if she could have made a play on that, she'd have been in the fourth row. I'm not saying she couldn't, but it would have been a great dive.
Another green substitution, at least for this tournament for Shaw. We're going to see Janita Wallace, the junior from Syracuse, New York.
We're going to have to start talking about team highs already in the first half. Panthers, most threes they've made in the game this year is 12. The most points they've scored is 99. It might be a little early to talk about that, even though they're on pace to beat it.
And we look at KK Wilson, her career high 36. She's done that twice. And it came earlier this year at Fort Valley State. Here's Warner into the lane. Out it goes for Carla Jax. They'll send back for Warner, being guarded by McCarthy. She'll put it up off glass. No good. And Julie will pick up her first with 4:50 to go. And that's what John Reynolds wanted as well. He wanted to make sure that McCarthy would stay out there and not get in foul trouble.
Yeah, and a little too physical that time. Just get in her way. You don't have to jump into her and just make her work. And we've seen that that's been effective.
Did not get that one to go. Warner for the year, averaging almost 7 free throw attempts per game, a 63% free throw shooter. Yesterday, she only went to the line 3 times, made 1. Rosie Hines returns for Florida Tech, so does Morgan Steinert. And Warner has kept this Bears team afloat, if you can say that, all by herself. 43-15, 4:45 here in the first half. Here's Steinert. Over it goes for Rosie Hines. Back to Steinert. Right wing in front of the Shaw bench. Now she'll go in with the left-hand dribble. Swings over for Delise Williams. Williams around 2, sends back for Steinert. 10 to shoot. Good ball fake there, working against Taylor. 7 to shoot. Into the lane. Wide open there for Julie McCarthy. Was a little bit distracted there with the late hand from Warner. The layup does not go.
Well, you got to finish that. A great pass. And Julie moving toward the basket. It just rolls off.
Run here from Snipes. Long and off the back iron, and the rebound falls to Delise Williams. They've got numbers going the other way. Breanne Davis out in front of everybody. There's the pass. There's the lay-in for Breanne Davis. Her first basket of the afternoon. It is a 30-point lead for the Panthers.
And again, I'll stress it, the late pass, the later you can pass it, the better. And Williams did a great job of waiting until the last second.
And they're going to get a travel there against the Bears. That is the 14th turnover And we've still got some time left here in the first half. I'm going to look and see what their average is for turnovers. He has 9 to go with 8 rebounds and a block.
Yeah, almost a double-double already. But Panthers will certainly take that, and they're leading by 30 here.
Rosie Hines brings it across. Over it goes into the corner for Delise Williams. Working onto the wing now over for Hines. This is Morgan Steiner, left wing into the corner for Breanne Davis. Back for Hines. Swing it back for Breanne. She wants 3. Can't get it to go, but there's Steiner. Now the shot clock didn't reset on the air ball. They've got to look. And we've got a hooking foul. And I think that's on Unique Upchurch, and it is. And that's the 7th team foul on the Bears. That'll put Julie McCarthy to the line.
So McCarthy comes to the line, and Julie on the year, 60% foul shooter, 6 of 10 coming in.
Julie yesterday 2 for 4 at the charity stripe. First one on the way. Does not go, but there's Davis for the rebound. Somehow got it to go.
How did she even have the angle? It looked like she was behind the backboard.
I was about to say, that's a horse shot there from Breanne Davis. It's a 32-point lead. Open there for 3 is College Jacks off target. Upchurch has the rebound. She'll go up with it. Can't get it to go. And eventually coming up with it is Williams. But the Bears with plenty on defense, and Williams will have to slow it down to get it back to Davis, and coming back and getting the steal is Jacks. She's going to try to bring it in transition the other way, puts it up, and a foul coming on Breanne Davis, and I believe that's her 2nd, and it is.
Breanne Davis is another player I talked with John Reynolds about yesterday. So much improvement. He says everybody, all the coaches, everybody has said Breanne Davis has improved more than any other player from last season to this one. And I think a lot of it has to do with her aggressiveness and just going after the ball more.
And especially her presence on the defensive end.
That too.
5, 2, and 2 blocks yesterday in 15 minutes. And Jack's first one is up and good. She's 2 of 3 from the line today as we get our first look today at Kaylin Ebb and Diamond Cooper. We figured that was going to be another player that we figure would be prominent in this game. And, well, they don't really need her given the deficit.
She'll get her chances. She's a stellar defender as well.
I mean, she's almost surplus at this point, given the way the calendar's been able to work underneath, the McCarthy's worked underneath.
It's an embarrassment of riches. I mean, everybody coming off the bench is a good, solid player.
Jacks makes both, and it's a 47-17 lead, and Williams wants to change that and can't. Upchurch grabs the rebound, had to fight off Diamond Cooper for that one. In again, or another one is Janita Wallace for Shaw. Here's Tabitha Anderson, sends for Jacks, into the paint, fakes out Williams. Oh, I thought got ball on that one going by, and she'll go to the line for 2 more.
That sweeping arm motion, sometimes even if you get ball, they'll call it.
Jacks now on the day is 3 of 4 at the free throw line. So the Bears are looking to stop the bleeding going into the locker room with 2:22 to go as Jacks makes the first one.
I mean, sometimes you go in the locker room saying, let's try to get it within single digits or down. I don't know what your goal is at this point, to get it under 30.
Maybe you get it to in between 20 and 25 as Jacks misses the second. Steiner through the defense. It's in trouble. It goes off the leg of Kaylin Ebb, or at least her knee. Rosie Hines came away with it. Ebb wasn't ready for the pass. There's still a loose ball, and the Bears lose it out of bounds, and that's turnover number 15.
Panthers a little sloppy with it on that possession. Maybe take a little more time with it. They get the new shot clock. And now the officials, I think, are going to talk about that. They're down.
No one can really say that either team ever truly had possession, but it kept changing hands, so to speak. So I think a fresh 30 would be worth it.
Well, they're not going to do that. They're going to put 13 on it. So they didn't listen to Jerry.
Never a good idea. 10 to shoot as here's Steiner. Over it goes for Delise Williams at the top of the key, trying to work past 1 to 2. Here's Cooper, and she will be stripped by Tabitha Anderson. Going the other way, it's Jacks against Hines. Rosie trying to draw the charge. Instead, ends up getting the block call, and that'll put Tabitha Anderson to the line for the first time today.
Well, I thought Rosie got back there and set up. It looked like she had both feet set before the player got there.
I think may have started to turn the body just a half second early, and that's what led to the call. And as you can hear the fans say, that's a foul for good defense as Jacks makes the first one 47-19, your score in favor of Florida Tech. 1:49 left here in the first half. Second one on the way for Carla Jacks, and it is good. She's got 6. And worth noting, no other Bear besides Verdine Warner has made a field goal. 1:42 to go in the half. Here's Ebb in the left corner being hounded. Gets it to Steiner underneath the basket, sends back out for Williams. Morgan in the corner now with it. Back up top to Rosie Hines, 15 to shoot. Steiner right wing, checked by Anderson, 11 to shoot. Hines around the screen, set by Cooper. Williams steps back. Should have been contact on that one. Said they will say it was last touch by the Bears, so 6 to shoot. Boy, 1:25 left in the half.
Ebb almost caught that, and before landing out of bounds, they're going to put KK Wilson in. They really didn't have a pure scorer in the game, so KK comes back in, and we know what she can do.
And KK will inbound here and get it out to Steiner with 1:25. Streaking back is KK. She'll have to let the 3 go. And of course for KK Wilson, that is the 5th three-pointer of the half, and nearly got another steal there as Shaw just does clear. Over it goes here for Wallace. Into the lane. Shot is up and no good, but we'll go to the line again, and that is where the Bears are keeping any signs of life at all in this game. They will make their 18th and 19th trips to the line here.
22 first-half points for KK Wilson.
And, Paul, would you like to take a guess how many times Florida Tech's been to the line this half?
Is it still just the one?
Twice.
Morgan Steiner's going to come out. Flagler back in. Panthers lead by 30. They've scored 50 first-half points.
How many times are you going to see a team get outshot at the free throw line by 17 and be up 30?
Not many, especially in the first half, in one half.
And Janita Wallace makes the second. She'll head to the bench as Micah Brooks returns. They've seen a return for Taisha Flagler as well. 50-21 your score as we come up on the final 60 seconds of this first half. Here's Wilson being checked by Jacks. Hines in the corner. Over for Diamond Cooper. Swings for Flagler at the three-point line. Cross-court pass goes to Rosie Hines. Good ball fake. Takes the jumper from 12 on the left baseline and good. And Rosie Hines has her first points of the afternoon. And it's a 31-point lead, 44 seconds and counting.
This is their biggest lead. They hadn't led by more than 30 until just now.
There goes Anderson with the swat from Diamond Cooper. We were overdue for one of those. And the Panthers are pressing and want more. They send ahead. Here's Davis, or I should say Kaylin Ebb. Avoids the travel call there, gets the rebound on her own, missed into the corner for KK Wilson.
Oh, get in there.
Can't get it to go, but she will go to the line for 3 more.
26 seconds left to go in the half, and KK Wilson has a chance to score 25 first-half points. Shaw, as a team, has 21.
KK on the year, an 80% free throw shooter coming into today. She made one earlier and gets that one. And really, I think it was that sequence, Paul, where she made the 3, got the steal, and the and one, I really think kind of set everything in motion for what was to come.
Yeah, she scored 6 points in about 3 clock seconds, hitting the 3, stealing it, and getting an and one. And then if there was any turnaround or any start to the explosion, that was it.
Looking to make it 3 for 3. Can't quite get there. But she still has 24 points in the half, and that's 3 more than the Bears do altogether. Shaw probably settling for the final shot here with 17 seconds and the shot clock turned off. Anderson over for Jacks on the right wing being checked by KK Wilson. She'll go to the lane around Cooper, can't get it to go. Contact there, and we've got a whole mess underneath. And they're going to call a jump ball, and the arrow is with the Bears with 7 1/10 second remaining here in what has been an extraordinary first half.
You could almost say it's been all Florida Tech.
That would just about sum it up. Upchurch comes off, and we'll see Warner return. Brooks to inbound underneath the basket. Goes into the corner. Here's Anderson on the right wing. In they go looking for Warner. Got the basket to go. And she has made every field goal in the half for the Bears, and that is not a good sign. 20 minutes of brilliance for the Panthers. 20 brutal minutes for the Bears. We're at halftime. It's Florida to date throughout that one. Second half underway, and boy, what else do the Panthers have up their sleeve as they go right to left on your computer screen? Jasmine Brown right away from 3, and of course,
hey, you asked, what else do they have? They've got plenty of what they've been doing.
The triple party continues, make that 10 for 19, and it's a 57-23 lead.
And Panthers two 3-pointers off their season high for a game.
There's Tabitha Anderson. Swings over here for Verdine Warner at the top of the key. They go call a Jacks along the baseline. Thought about the way up, didn't take it. They send back out here for three and good. That's a three from Markella Snipes. That's the first three the Bears have made, and it's the first field goal made by someone other than Warner. It's 57-26. Jazz takes a couple of steps inside the three-point line. That one spills out no good, and the rebound falls to Jasmine Reynolds. Long outlet pass ahead for Anderson. Flagler keeps up, does well, and gets there. Anderson with a jumping cross-court pass. They send for Snipes again from three, and she's got it. And the freshman from Michigan has 6 points just like that. It's 57-29, 18:55 left in this one. Shaquana Harris swings over for Jasmine Brown. Here's Ty Flagler right on one of the blocks from about 10. Can't get it to go. And I think they're going to get Julie McCarthy on a loose ball foul on the rebound. They do, and that's her second.
Panthers have to know you still have to play the way you played in the first half. Despite the big lead, you still have to hit the boards hard. Nobody was under there when she took that jumper.
And there's still 18:40 left in this one. They play them no matter what. Here's Warner with a running shot in the lane, well short.
And they're going to say it was partially blocked by McCarthy. Again, good defense by Julie, just getting between Warner and the basket.
So a bit of a different five for Shaw. It's Jacks along with Snipes, Anderson, Warner, and Reynolds. Goes in for Warner here. Jumpers up and good. Verdine Warner has 13 and 8 in this one, and a good start to the half for Shaw. They have 8 quick points in 90 seconds. Shaquana Harris over to KK Wilson. Here's Jasmine Brown. She wants another three. Not a lot on that one. McCarthy tried to save it, but was out of bounds first.
Jasmine Brown talking to the official over there, saying she got hit on the shoulder as she shot that.
Well, you know, when you get an air ball, that's the first thing you're going to say, yeah. even if they didn't hit you. Jack's going baseline here. McCarthy comes up and says, give me some of that. Warner gets stripped, and I think that might have been poked away by Wilson. Harris comes up with it somehow in traffic, maintains control, goes to the basket, count the bucket, and one.
I like the way Harris, it got poked away, and Shaquana just got her running with it. She thought she had lost possession, but kept running, and then somebody's heel hit it, and it bounced right back to her, and she just kept going like, you know, that's what I meant to do.
That is what is most impressive to me about Shaquana Harris, Paul, is everything, no matter what's going on around her, everything to her is just fluid motion. It's just, that's what's supposed to happen. Here's where I'm going, and you're not going to stop it. And she makes the free throw there for the three-point play. She's got 5 on the day, and it's a 60-31 lead. Could have been a step there on Reynolds. Coming in as Snipes, lobs in for Warner. Well off target, loose ball falls to Julie McCarthy. She's got the rebound. That's 5 on the day.
I'm making a concerted effort to go to Warner here in the second half.
KK Wilson with another step back three and count it.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
That seals it. She scores again. She's done it again. That's the second time today, and that's 5 in about 3 seconds for KK Wilson.
Her sister's coming out of the stands. They're enjoying it so much.
I would be too.
Yeah.
And nearly get the 10 call coming back there. This Panther defense, I think they got woken up. I think the good offensive start for Shaw kind of got this defense angry.
Panthers have increased that halftime lead by 4, or by 3, but how about KK Wilson?
29. She's 7 away from her career high. She did it twice. She already did it once this year at Fort Valley State. Entry pass goes for Warner. And what I think they're going to get her on a push-off, and they do.
Yeah, you know, I've seen the career highs by KK Wilson. I can tell you this has definitely been more impressive. Even if she doesn't get her career high, just what she has done in this game is the best I've ever seen her play, and she's had some great games.
Yeah, it's definitely different from the 36 she had at Fort Valley State, having been there for that. Missed there. McCarthy on the rebound. Can't get that to go. Flagler's got the rebound. Can't get that to go. And they'll say it was last touched by McCarthy, and it's Bears ball. 16:44 in the second half, and it is Florida Tech 65, Shaw 31. Bringing it up will be Markella Snipes. Again, she didn't see the floor yesterday against Palm Beach Atlantic. Goes to the rack here, and I think they'll get the foul on McCarthy. They do, and that's Julie's second. Actually, I stand corrected. That's her third, but of little concern given the margin, but Kayla Callender will come to get her anyway. And here's Snipes to the line for 2. She's 2 for 3 there today, and that one a little bit long. And Kayla Callender will come on, and Julie McCarthy, an outstanding effort in the starting role today, hasn't scored, but she does have 6 points. And I think if it was like football and they have half blocks, I think Julie would have a couple already.
Yeah, and all the players that have played in this game, even if they haven't scored, I can't think of anybody where I'd say, well, she's been in there, but she hasn't done much. Everybody's done a lot, it seems like.
Yeah, McCarthy's been disruptive, and that's all they could have asked for. Turnover here for Florida Tech, and Anderson's going to bring this the other way and lay it in. 11 points so far in the first 4 minutes for Shaw. And, boy, it must feel like 2 different halves for the Bears, but they still trail by 31. Wilson getting away from Anderson, around the screens from Flagler and Callender. It's back to Callender. Here's Shaquana Harris, left wing, blows by the defender, goes baseline, put it up, couldn't get the whistle. Flagler's got the rebound, thought someone was there wasn't, threw it right to Anderson. She'll go the other way. She'll put it up, off glass, and good. Tabitha Anderson with a couple of quick points. She's got 6, and the lead is under 30. Here's KK Wilson bringing it out up top over for Harris on the left wing. Jasmine Brown coming out on the right. Swings over to the corner for Kayla Callender. Into the paint, it'll go for Taisha Flagler, working against Reynolds. Here's Jasmine Brown. Takes a couple of steps inside. Jumper from just shy of the free throw line, and good. And for Jasmine Brown, she's got 17 of her own. It's a 67-36 lead for the Panthers. This is Snipes working against Wilson. Somehow got that shot off in the lane. It's short, and the rebound falls to Brown. That's her 4th. Outlet pass ahead for Shaquana Harris, and they'll say tipped out of bounds by Anderson. And the immediate timeout coming here with 15:15 to go. It's Florida Tech 67, Shaw 36, and 1.
Oh, just unbelievable and great.
Inbound goes here. That will head to KK Wilson, who gets it in the backcourt. Now she'll bring it up at the top of the key over to Kayla Callender. To KK Wilson, will let it fly from 3. Tried to get the contact and couldn't. Loose ball there, and they'll say Taisha Flagler got a hand on that as it went out of bounds. KK with 29, 10 for 15 from the field, 6 of 10 from 3, 3 of 4 from the line.
She's also got 4 steals.
Yeah, she's near the top of the Sunshine State Conference in that statistic as well. Inbound goes, and it'll be Markella Snipes to bring it over half court, shadowed by Delise Williams, who's now in. Morgan Steinert as well for Florida Tech. Snipes escapes there to the low block, can't get it to go, follows her miss, gets that one up, can't get that to go, and they will say, I believe it was Delise Williams who touched it last.
14:48 to play second half. We're going to see Breanne Davis come in for Kayla Callender.
And Kayla today, we'll pull up her box here in just a moment. 5 points in 7 minutes, and that goes with a rebound and a block. Inbound goes to Warner. She'll put it up, and good. And Verdine Warner, the one bright light as she usually is for this Bears team. No matter what's going on, she usually produces. And we got a foul on the block there, and I think that's going to be a charge on Breanne Davis before Steiner got that 3 up.
Davis hitting the floor again. This time doesn't get the call.
This will be a common occurrence, and that's her 3rd. Diamond Cooper will come in for Taisha Flagler. 14:35 left, and it remains 67-38 to Florida Tech. Inbound will go to Snipes. Over it goes for Unique Upchurch, who's into the game, as Shaw going with 2 6'4" players. And a wide pass there from Upchurch out of bounds. And that is their 18th turnover, 4th of the half. And Warner today, 15 and 11, go with a pair of blocks. Steinert over to KK Wilson, wants another 3, and that one was a line drive that was short. Breanne Davis with the rebound gets it to Diamond Cooper. Good spin move into the lane, could not get that to go. And Warner has her 12th. 14:03 to go. Warner just shy of the key. Over it goes for Micah Brooks, and they will get Delise Williams with a hand check. I mean, some contact there, but I don't know.
Yeah, not much. It kind of looked incidental to me. But
that's the 2nd on Delise, 4th against the Panthers. Snipes inbound in front of her own bench. In play it goes to Tabitha Anderson, shadowed by Steiner. Plenty of room for Warner underneath, and Breanne Davis is going to pick up her 4th.
Davis did all she could. She got a hand on the ball, but she was to the side of Warner. And sometimes that's going to garner a call. We'll see Julie McCarthy getting set to check back in.
And she'll come in with 3. Warner's first free throw rims out, no good. Warner today at the line now 1 of 3 as McCarthy comes in for Davis. And we see Carla Jacks return for Snipes. Bears looking for their 39th point, and they will. McCarthy to inbound, and the Panthers still leading by 28 with 13:45 to go. Here's Steinert in the center circle. Over it goes for Delise Williams. Back to Williams, and she took a step there trying to pull the ball fake there on Brooks.
Yeah, kind of faked herself out there. I don't know if it was an intentional fake or she changed her mind at the last moment.
13th turnover by the Panthers. Upchurch, top of the key with Cooper out there guarding her as well and practically jumping to block that. Going for Brooks, and we saw this happen with Warner earlier. It might be a good pass for a 6'4" player, maybe not so much the other way around.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, it's kind of hard for those players that are so much taller.
Steiner trying to penetrate, and we're going to get a reach in somewhere.
That wasn't much either. I think it's going to go against Anderson.
It does. That's the 3rd team foul against the Bears this half, and that's her 3rd. Wilson inbounds quickly out to Delise Williams, but they reset the shot clock at 30, going up trying to get the contact. It doesn't. Good rebound by McCarthy. Cooper into the lane, and they're going to get her for too many steps. And I mean, you don't expect that the Panthers were going to play that perfect again for another 20 minutes, but we're seeing them get a little sloppy here in the second half now. That is the 14th turnover, and that's 5 already in the half. Going up with it is Brooks, swatted out of bounds by Diamond Cooper.
And, you know, that's another thing the coaches don't like. If you're going to play a perfect half, they'd rather be the second half because you kind of, whether it's true or not, you kind of have that feeling of, we're regressing a bit if we don't play the second half as well as the first.
15 blocks now on the year for Diamond, and Warner took one too many steps. I think some of it is complacency, Paul, and I think that's just human nature. When you play that well for your first 20 minutes and you're playing a good team, I mean, you're naturally going to put your feet up. I think anybody would. Yeah, it's hard to keep that going.
That's something I always try to ask the coaches about when they're involved in a blowout. You know, you think some of the struggles or some of the play down the stretch was due to the lopsided score.
Foul there went on Carla Jacks. That's her 3rd, 4th team foul against the Bears. And here's Delise Williams to the line for 2. On the way, rims out, and it's no good. This is Delise's first trip to the line today. And we'll see Jacks come out replaced by Fantasia Tyson, who had 19 yesterday and hasn't scored in 11 minutes today. And returning for Florida Tech, we'll see Shaquana Harris, Rosie Hines, Melissa Eccles, and Vaughn Chavez-Gray will have her first appearance. She's going to come in for Delise Williams as Jasmine Brown comes on as well.
Panthers are saying, can we get under there? Can we? And then the official says, yeah, you got time to get in on the lane.
Just the 3rd free throw miss all year for Delise. She was 11 of 13 coming in today, and she'll get that one. And Delise will come off for the freshman from Melbourne who played her high school ball just down the road at Melbourne Central Catholic. A 29-point lead now for Florida Tech as the Bears quickly over half court. In it goes for Warner. She'll put up. Fouled by Melissa Eccles on the way up, and Warner will make what is her 5th and 6th free throw attempts today.
Melissa with that smile on her face. She really, not much more she could do. She kind of got a shoulder to the jaw there, but ended up committing the foul.
And Warner makes what is the 24th free throw of the day for the Bears. The Panthers just 6 for 10 at the line. On the way, and the second one's no good. Ball tipped out off from the rim, and it is out of bounds.
And went off Eccles. Melissa could not quite control it.
Inbound goes here. It's going to be Brooks for Anderson in the corner. They go for Warner again. Double team. Jump hook up. No good. Got a rebound. Put it up and good.
You can see with the Panthers with really none of their big bodies in there, and Warner having a little easier time of it.
19 and 13 now for Verdine Warner, and we'll put her on the all-tournament team, at least amongst our votes, as Hines over it goes for Harris. Runner in the lane, off glass, and good.
That was a tough shot. She looks over at the official and says, wasn't I fouled?
7 points now for Shaquana. It is a 70-42 lead. Anderson brings it over, working against Rosie Hines. Dumps off here for Tyson. Fouled by Chavez Gray on the way up, and she gets her first points of the afternoon. And I think we hit the media timeout here at the 11:50, 19 yesterday, and that basket there before the media timeout was her first of the day. Free throw on the way and good. And it's now 70-45 Florida Tech with 11:57 left to play. Shaquana Harris will bring it over, checked by Micah Brooks. Over it goes to Hines, and Melissa Eccles cut a little bit too early, and that'll be thrown out of bounds. Upchurch having a little bit of trouble on the inbounds, and we have a foul.
Shaquana Harris.
And that is the 7th, or I should say that's the 8th against Florida Tech, and that puts Shaw in the bonus. The last was a shooting foul, so the Bears shooting 1-1 for the final 11:48 of this game. Tabitha Anderson to the line. These are her first free throw attempts of the day.
Shaw certainly can't blame the officials on this one.
Rebound out, no good, and Jasmine Brown comes up with the board, and for Jasmine, that's her 5th to go with 17 points. Harris over to Jazz. Again, Jazz still not feeling entirely well.
No, but the fever did break. I talked to Kim Passero, and she said the fever did break and she was feeling better.
Trapped in the corner there is Eccles, and John Reynolds gets a 30-second timeout here at the 11:28 mark. And I think that's going to be just a 30. Oh, no, they extend that to the media timeout. I thought the last one was. But
yeah, so did I.
Taking on Albany State. Jasmine Brown will inbound in the corner. 29 on the shot clock. 11:28 to go. It is 70-45. Tipped on the inbound. And they'll say last touch by Shaquana Harris. And another turnover by Florida Tech. That is their 16th. I want to see how many that is this half. That's 7.
That's one thing John Reynolds not going to be happy about.
Brooks goes into Warner. Had the advantage on the layup, couldn't get it to go, but followed it and got it back. And for Verdine Warner, she now has 21 and 14. Harris into the lane and got it. They got a little bit fortunate there with the lack of a whistle, but she's got 9, and it's 72-47. And now they will start the 5 inbound. Shaw a little late getting an inbounder there. A little bit of contact there in the backcourt as Brooks brings it ahead, being shadowed by Brown. It hits the deck, and it's a steal by Shaquana Harris, and we're going to get a foul on Tabitha Anderson.
Just the 15 foul, so no shots yet for Florida Tech.
But that is 4 on Anderson. And she'll come off, it looks like, and it is, as Markella Snipes will return. And she'll take over point guard duty for them. Melissa Eccles will inbound. 10:52 to go. Harris brings it over half court. Brown left wing over to Rosie Hines in the corner, being shadowed by Tyson. And getting the strip was Snipes, but she lost the handle. Here's Shaquana Harris coming right up to the free throw line for the jumper and got it. 9 points now for Shaquana Harris.
Shaquana heating up a little bit.
And all over the box score again, as she usually tends to do. There's Brooks, couldn't get the free throw to go. Rebound went to Melissa Eccles, who sends ahead for Jasmine Brown. Brown trying to go end-to-end and does. Jasmine Brown has 19 on the afternoon. It's a 29-point lead. Head for Snipes. Threw it up at the basket. Maybe that was going to be a pass for Upchurch.
Yeah, some kind of lob.
Here's Vaughn Chavez Gray the other way and gets the roll to go on the layup, and Vaughn's into the score sheet. 78-47 to Florida Tech, and it's back over 30. 9:45 to go.
Whoa!
Yeah, that was a couple of steps there from Brooks they don't call. Shaquana's got the rebound, and that is her 3rd. She's also got 3 assists and 3 steals on the day, in addition to 11 points. Cross-court pass over. It goes for Melissa Eccles from 3. No good. Brown fighting for the rebound. It's Upchurch who comes away with it. Up ahead it goes Snipes. Snipes with the jumper from the free throw line. No good. And there's Chavez Gray for the rebound. Shaquana Harris overseeing point guard responsibilities for now. Sends it ahead for Jasmine Brown, and she's got it. Jasmine Brown with 19 on the afternoon.
And now she wants to come out. She's made a motion to the bench. I need a break. Still, as you said, coming back from that fever.
Yeah, no one's going to need this 2-week layoff more than Jasmine Brown will.
Come at a good time.
Left wing here for Brooks. Into the lane through a couple of defenders, lays it up, holds on the rim, and good. And we'll see from Micah Brooks. I believe that's her second basket of the afternoon. And she's got 5 now, and it's 80-49. And there's Shaquana Harris again.
A little crossover. I'm not even sure she was looking at the basket when she shot it. That moon shot, and it's 83-49.
14 on the afternoon for Shaquana Harris. And on the other end, here's Brooks, who gets the layup to go.
Nice ball control by Brooks.
And they'll get it on Melissa Eccles, her second. Brooks did not score until the final minute of yesterday's game when she scored 5. She had a huge three-point play, and then a couple of free throws later to ice it, as Brown will come off and so will Melissa Eccles. Rosie Hines is on, and our first appearance of the afternoon for Ashley Thompson with 8:26 remaining.
KK Wilson back in.
Free throw is up and good. And Brooks will come off for College Jacks. Wilson inbound, and it's 83-52 to Florida Tech, 8:21 and counting. Wilson on the right wing sends over for Chavez Gray in the corner. Ball fake back over for Wilson in the corner, 17 to shoot. It goes to Shaquana Harris. She'll let it fly from 3, and it's short. Chasing it in the corner is Chavez Gray. Won't get there in time, and it's Bears ball.
8:08 to go. This one decided pretty early.
Jordan Scott Benson with her first action of the afternoon is in. Inbounds it to Jax, who's over half court. Scott Benson over it goes for Tyson. She goes baseline, put it up off glass, and good. 83-54 your score as Wilson quickly over half court, being shadowed by Snipes. Goes to Chavez Gray at the free throw line. Over it goes for Harris on the perimeter. Being checked by Snipes. She'll take a couple of steps inside the three-point line. Can't get it to go. Fight for it underneath. And last touch by Verdine Warner.
Yeah, I think if Warner to let that go, it was going to be off Thompson, but she tried to save it and couldn't do it. It'll stay at the Panther end after the timeout.
A little under 8 minutes. Came back in the season opener against Palm Beach Atlantic on November 18th. Harris inbounds underneath the basket. 7:38 to go, and they reset the shot clock at 30. This is KK Wilson. Over it goes for Rosie Hines. Back to Wilson. She wants 3 more. Spills out, and the rebound falls to Warner, her 15th.
AK Wilson, her first half, the definition of an impact player.
This is Tyson. Up top for Scott Benson. Left wing now for College Jacks. Jacks against Wilson. Tried to get an entry pass into the lane, couldn't find anything. This is Snipes being guarded by Rosie Hines, 9 to shoot. Warner stripped, and the pass goes right to Scott Benson, who lays it in and gets fouled. And that will be on Shaquana Harris, and that is her 4th.
Well, again, they played pretty good internal defense, but just a bit too much hand checking, and Breanne Davis is going to come back in. And she will replace Harris, as you said, with the 4 fouls.
Davis with 4 of her own. 7:01 to go. And Scott Benson for her first attempt. Saw plenty of action yesterday and converts the three-point play. Scott Benson yesterday did not score in 6 minutes of action. And it is 83-57 in favor of the Panthers. Hines, go over to Wilson and back to Rosie. Top of the key now. She goes right. Looking to get KK Wilson in the corner for 3. Sets it for Davis. Back to KK. Here's Breanne working against Warner. Over to Hines. Hines to Wilson. Will let it go from 3, and it's short. Caught the front rim. Hines has got the rebound. Little bunny in the lane. Can't get that to go. Fight for it and underneath. Who else? It's Warner with her 16th. And a travel called against Snipes. Davis comes out. Kaylin Ebb will return. So you're 5 right now for Florida Tech. It's Rosie Hines, KK Wilson, Vaughn Chavez Gray, Kaylin Ebb, and Ashley Thompson seeing her first action of the afternoon. Wilson inbounds back over to Rosie Hines. Rosie with the left-hand dribble heading towards the left. Free throw line, over it goes for Ebb. Here's Vaughn Chavez Gray in the lane. Couldn't get that one to go. Caught the back iron. And coming the other way is Tabitha Anderson. And I think they're going to get her on a push-off. And for Anderson, that is her 5th.
Wow. That's a rare call. You see dribbling up the floor and pushing off. But if she did it, she did it. We had a tough angle. We were kind of shielded by the players.
Yeah, that just seemed like regular contact as Markel Snipes will come on to replace her. So for Tabitha Anderson, fouls out in 23 minutes of action, 4 points. She was 2 of 5 from the field, 0 for 1 from 3 and from the free throw line. Did have 4 points to go with 3 assists and 3 steals. Putting it up is KK Wilson. She's over 30. She's got 31, closing in on a career high. 6 minutes to go, and there's a steal there from Ashley Thompson. Ahead to Hines. Pump fake against Scott Benson. Couldn't get it to go, and we've got a foul. A little bit late, but that's going to be on Scott Benson. And it is. So Rosie to the line for 2 for first free throw attempts of the day coming up.
Rosie, another one that doesn't put up a lot of stats, but does so much for the team.
A 58.8% free throw shooter coming into today and make her now 11 of 18 for the year as Delise Williams comes in for KK Wilson and Diamond Cooper will come on for Vaughn Chavez Gray. So that might be the afternoon for KK Wilson, who has 31.
She might be the tournament MVP.
Maybe.
I'm not going to give away who I voted for, but
well, I can see it.
You know.
Hines makes both, and it's a 29-point game once again. Warner, the trailer on that one on a good fast break for the Bears. She's got 2 more, a 23-16 day for the senior from the West Indies. Delise Williams through traffic, hands off to Diamond Cooper. Turnaround jump hook and got it. And Diamond Cooper into the book.
That almost looked like a Jermaine Jackson little turnaround baby hook shot.
With the stutter step.
Yeah.
This is Jax working against Williams. Corner and now baseline here. This is Fantasia Tyson. Her shot does not go. Ball knocked loose and it's out of bounds to the Bears with 5:19 to go and a 30-point Panther lead. And I think KK Wilson's day is done. She's putting her warm-ups back on.
She did a lot.
And well-deserved. As Tyson's fouled on the way up, and I think that's either going to be Ebb or Thompson. And it's going to be on Ashley Thompson.
Don't forget, after the game, they'll have the post-tournament awards, and then Jerry will be talking with John Reynolds.
And here's Fantasia Tyson's first free throw is good. And Tyson for the year, attempting less than a free throw per game. Matter of fact, didn't play a whole lot prior to. Or it doesn't get to the free throw line a lot, but averaging just under 10 points per game. She gets 2 more there. Again, had 19 yesterday and now has 7. 89-61, 5:10 to go. Over it goes for Delise Williams. Into the corner for Ebb. Out comes Warner to guard her. Back to Rosie. Rosie and the ball kicked there by Brooks. We've had a few discrepancies over that during the course of the tournament.
Yeah. 5:03 to go. This game not as dramatic as some of the other ones in the tournament.
Yeah, we were thinking, we've had 3 really good games so far, so we're thinking, boy, this 4th one's going to be really good too. Well, it was really good for different reasons.
Yeah, if you're a Florida Tech fan, it was good.
5 to shoot. Cross-court pass for Hines, shielded by Thompson. I don't think they realized it. And a kick ball there again by Brooks.
And that'll buy him some time.
Automatically, that's going to reset the shot clock back to 15.
Wow.
Now, that's something you see at multiple levels, but a break nonetheless for Florida Tech with 4:46 to go, and they can milk a little bit more time off the clock. There they go and shoot right away. It's going to be Delise Williams for 2, and Delise has her first field goal of the day. It's 91-61.
I think the only other dramatic question we've got now is, will the Panthers hit 100?
That's about it. They've come close a couple of times this year, and that one's up and good from Micah Brooks. She's got 10. Now, I know the Panthers during one of their exhibition games this year broke the 100 mark, but in the regular season, the closest they came was on December 2nd against Albany State when they had 99. And I remember that night, Albany State was not going to let that happen.
Yeah, well, remember they had 95 yesterday, so they're on an offensive tear, if you will.
Brooks over to Upchurch right at the free throw line. Jumpers up and good. Unique Upchurch with her first basket of the day. It's 91-65. 3:55 here as the Panthers on their way to a perfect 2014 portion of the schedule. Elise Williams over it goes for Ashley Thompson. Just shy of the top of the key, now right over to Williams in the corner. Checked by Brooks. Goes for Rosie Hines. Gets away from Jack. She'll take a couple of steps inside the three-point line. Shot rims out. Tip goes to Warner. She might have a 20-20 game before it's all said and done. Jack's getting away from Hines and put the shot up under the basket. It went right off the rim.
Good job by Rosie.
Hines the other way. Dish is offered to Elise Williams. She'll take the jumper. It's short. Rebound is there for Diamond Cooper, and she's got her second field goal of the day. And a 93-65 lead for Florida Tech as we come up on 3 minutes to play. This is Brooks. As Morgan Steiner will come in here as a substitution, I would bet it's for Hines to make sure Hines is a regular starter. So I'd imagine John Reynolds probably going to try to get her out of there. Here's Williams out in front of everybody, off glass and good. And Elise Williams has 5, and it's 95-65.
Doesn't get any more uncontested than that. Or would the correct term be less uncontested?
Yeah, semantics. This is Tyson from 3 with Thompson in her face. It's no good, but Brooks is there for the rebound, and they're going to get the foul on Diamond Cooper. And immediately realized there was quite a bit of contact and did the right thing there and quickly pulled her up as we hit the media timeout here inside of the Brooks to the line for 2, the 5'6" sophomore from Mobile, Alabama. That's the first one on the way, and that will fall in. And Brooks today now 5 of 6 at the free throw line. She's got 11 points total. On the way and good. And it's 95-67 to the Panthers with 2.5 minutes to go here. The game long since decided. I was here for Morgan Steinert in front of the Panther bench. Back to Delise Williams near the center circle. Steiner cutting baseline over into the right corner. It'll instead go to Kayla Nebb, who tries to get it for Steiner. And a steal coming there from Jasmine Trawick. This is Brooks ahead for Jax. The Bears are in the double bonus for the rest of this one. The Panthers are in the 1-1. Good deflection there by Kayla Nebb to knock that out of bounds, preventing the entry pass there for Warner. Yeah. 17 to shoot.
Good anticipation to jump in front of that. She knew it was coming.
Brooks will inbound. It goes right to Warner with 2 defenders on her. Still gets it up and in. 25 on the afternoon for Verdine Warner. She's been as good as advertised and very close to a 20-20 game. She's got 17 rebounds to go with it. This is Steiner. Left corner guarded by Jax, and Warner comes up with the steal somehow. And it goes for Jax. Out in front of everybody. Will dish off instead. I believe that is on the block. And who got that one?
It was Diamond Cooper.
And I believe for Diamond, I think that's her 3rd block today. I'm going to see if we can pull that up real quick.
Well, we got it right here. Let's see.
And yeah, that is. That's 3 for her. Brooks to inbound with 23 to shoot, and it goes to Jax. Jax along the right wing, lets it go for 3, and there's a foul on the floor, and I think it's going to be going the other way.
So foul shots at the other end for Florida Tech.
It's going to be on Brooks.
And I think it's going to be Delise Williams shooting them.
Yeah, with it being a loose ball foul, that is a situation in the bonus where you can shoot. An offensive foul, if the ball handler commits the foul, then that's just a simple change of possession. Regardless of that, here is Delise Williams, who's 0 for 2 at the line today, or I should say 1 for 2 at the line today. Looking for the Panthers' 96th point, and it'll have to wait. And Warner has her 18th rebound.
Panthers scored 95 for 2 straight games.
And we'll look to see how many times that is that they've hit 90 this year. I'll tell you that in the meantime. It's their 4th. So nearly half their games this year, they've gone for 90 or more. It goes to Warner. She'll lay it off glass and good. And her stellar tournament continues. And remember, she missed most of the first half yesterday with foul trouble, too. She is the real deal.
Definitely.
Williams couldn't quite get past Jackson Brooks. Brooks comes up with the steal, sends it ahead for Jax, trying to keep this in play. Does, gets this over for, that is Jasmine Trawick, who gets the lay-in, and Jock Curtis wants a 30-second timeout here with 48.5 seconds remaining. For Lynn on the 28th and at Eckerd on January 31st. Williams brings it over midcourt to Ashley Thompson. 40 seconds to go here. Williams over for Morgan Steinert on the right wing. The Panthers simply running out the clock. Handoff goes here for Diamond Cooper. Shot's no good. There is the 19th rebound for Verdine Warner. But a very hollow 27 and 19 today.
Yeah.
2 seconds differential between the shot and game clock, and Upchurch with another jumper from the same spot there at the free throw line. She's got 4 points today, and the lead down to 20. And this is going to be one of the all-time cases of the final score not being indicative of how one-sided this game was, as Morgan Steinert will run out the final 5 seconds. And the Panthers have started 2014-15 10-0, and they are, in essence, the tournament champions at the Carmax Holiday Tournament. They go 2 for 2 with a win today here at home against